Robert Rozier was sentenced to 22 years in prison after pleading guilty to the second-degree murders of 4 people. Now his testimony might send Yahweh ben Yahweh to jail. Yahweh and 15 others are on trial, charged with racketeering and conspiracy. This morning, Rozier testified it was Yahweh who gave the signal to kill 2 residents of an Opa-locka apartment building. Rozier says he was there when Rudy Broussard and Anthony Brown were shot to death. He says he got the keys for the getaway car from defendant Judith Israel. Defense attorneys have labeled Rozier a liar. They say what matters now is whether the jury believes him.
He's the one that ties together, supposedly, a number of murders that they don't have any other witnesses for. So if that's what they mean by key, yeah, he's key. But whether or not that's credible, key equals credible, that's another question completely. So it's going to be an interesting day.
He has touched upon virtually everyone in the case. The question, however, is his credibility. Appears to be a outright psychopath. He's admitted to 7 murders, I believe probably more, and possibly many that he's hiding from the government. His credibility is going to be one of the key issues in the case.
Along with an escort of federal marshals, a brown van carried Yahweh ben Yahweh to the Metropolitan Correctional Center in South Dade. He was arrested last week in New Orleans and charged with conspiracy and giving the orders to kill 14 people. Along with ben Yahweh, 3 others were also moved to the facility. James Littlejohn, James Lewis Mack, and Brian Lewis were arrested in Lafayette, Louisiana. Allegedly, they carried out the orders given by Yahweh ben Yahweh. Now that he's been returned to South Florida, the unanswered question is whether or not Yahweh ben Yahweh should be allowed on a bond. His attorney says yes. Ellis Rubin called reporters to his office this afternoon and blasted the government's potential key witness, Robert Rozier.
I'm not calling you out. I have no right to do that. I'm just curious as to, with all of this press attention, why not one organization has taken it upon themselves to say, hey, who's making the accusation? What's his back? What's his credibility? Yahweh ben Yahweh has credibility. He has no criminal record. He's done good work in this area.
South Florida authorities are also awaiting the return of the second in charge of the Yahwehs, Judith Israel, who is also charged with conspiracy and extortion. In Miami, Mel Taylor, Channel 10, Eyewitness News.
My name is Yahweh ben Yahweh. To get to my name, I first have to testify to you who Yahweh is. Yahweh is the absolute sovereign one. He is the only true and living God. He is the God of the Bible, the agreed upon name of the God of the Hebrews, the ancient Hebrews of the Bible. So when we speak of the name Yahweh, that's who we're talking about, the one who created the sun, the moon, and the stars from the beginning. I come in Yahweh's name. I come in my Father's name. Therefore, my name is Yahweh, the Son of Yahweh. That's what Ben means in the Hebrew language, which is the language of God.
Now, as I interpret that, then, what you're telling me, then, you are the Son of God.
I'm the Son of Yahweh.
Are you the literal Son that in the Christian church we are taught to expect to believe upon his second coming?
I am the one that the whole world is looking for, regardless of their religion. The one that is promised to come to intervene in the affairs of man with the message from our Father Yahweh before destruction comes upon this planet because of wicked ideas and wicked thoughts and practices which are antithetical to the purpose of Yahweh on the planet.
Okay, now if you have been here from the beginning, and you understand human nature as it is because literally you have developed what we have, though we have the choice. Why did you find it necessary to study psychology versus woodworking, carpentry, or computer science, for that matter?
For the same reason that I read the entire library from 000 to 999, which encompasses all the knowledge of man. And after I studied the entire library, psychology is simply but one of the many tools for the development of the mind.
Why that one in particular?
Well, it was not any more particular than any other discipline that I've studied. I've studied all the disciplines much more intensely than I did psychology. Psychology, psychiatry, these are inaccurate sciences. These are men who are limited themselves, who've attempted to study the mind. And what it revealed to me was the limitations of man to understand the greatest tool in the universe.
Well, I think any man who's married understands how limited he is in his understanding. I think that's something that we can all agree to. But I'll tell you, that tripped me up a little bit.